No, this is no video of the execution that took place, but rather a commentary on what has happened, and just to say that a really sad day for humanity. Whatever it is, there's no denying the fact that drug trafficking is a crime, but to execute people for that, in all likelihood, not a good thing to do. And that's why I say that it's a really sad day for humanity, where 8 drug traffickers have been executed by Indonesia. And just to give you a perspective, this is the Bangkok Post, and here you can see that early Wednesday executed 7 foreign drug convicts and an Indonesian. There's only the Filipina, her name is Mary Jane Veloso, who was spared. And these are the 8 convicts, 2 Australians, 1 from Brazil, and 4 from Africa. And just sad, really sad, the way this happened, and just the fact that, at least the way I look at it, punishments should always be commensurate to the crime. And while I again say that drug trafficking is a crime, is a major crime, does it really deserve the death penalty is the question. And typically, the way I see it, you commit a crime such as murder, you're convicted to a death penalty for that is probably still acceptable. But in this case, is it really acceptable? Probably not, So that's the whole point. And this place where it happens, where Indonesia carries out its executions, this is the island of Nusa Kambangan. This is just below Java Island, and that's where they carry out the executions. Everybody tried, but President Joko Widodo had to have his way. So it's really sad. And I think the way out, I was looking at this post, and I'm also looking at, this is the post from DW Media, and this is from Germany. Indonesia executes 8, spares Filipina Veloso. Indonesia has executed 8 accused drug traffickers. Similar picture over here as well. And shortly after midnight on Wednesday, that's when the executions took place. People got a chance to say their final goodbyes till 8 p.m. on Tuesday. So that's when it happened. And these are people carrying out a vigil for Mary Jane, whose life has been spared. And otherwise, everybody else, they all tried their best. Even the UN, UN chief, here he is, Ban Ki-moon, he also tried. Everybody tried. The Australian Foreign Minister Julie Bishop repeatedly tried, but nothing came out of it. And in Indonesia went ahead. Here you can see again Nusa Kambangan Island, where Indonesia carries out its executions. Now I think the way ahead for governments would probably be, one is to just do away with diplomatic relations with Indonesia. That's number one, which has already been done. Like in January, here you can see that Brazil and Netherlands, they had their people executed, and ultimately what happened was they recalled their ambassadors from Indonesia. So that's one thing which can be done. And number two, I think Indonesia is a country which is prone to a lot of natural disasters, and from time to time, things happen. We all would remember the tsunami which happened in 2004. So Indonesia shouldn't forget that they can't be in a position where they are away from the international community. They will need the help of the community at some point in time. So what about what if that time there's nobody who comes to their rescue? That's something which Indonesia should think about. And as cruel as it may seem, this is probably the best way ahead, that no matter whatever the circumstances, you need our help, we are not there for you. Sorry, because you really went ahead and did something which you ideally should not have done. So that's one point. And number three, I would say, is that Indonesia does rely majorly on tourism. And if I just should go on to the other tab, this is the Bali 9 article on Wikipedia. So you can see that, and they were all Australians. So, countries like Australia in particular, tourists should probably just stop going to Indonesia completely, especially to places like Bali where a lot of them go. Just dry up those tourist dollars, and that will definitely be a big think about for Indonesia, that did they really do the right thing? So these kind of measures are probably the only way ahead if people and countries have their way in the future. I don't think this is really acceptable. I'm not against death penalty, but I always feel that any death penalty, any sort of punishment should be commensurate to the crime. And I don't think, as much as drugs take lives, often, all too often, the people who are caught are small fish. The bigger fry, they invariably get away. The big catch are never caught, so they are not really the catch. So these are just simple cogs in the wheel. That's how I would put it. And they are the ones who get caught, and unfortunately, they are the ones who have to pay such a heavy price with their lives. These soldiers waiting to. These are the ones who are probably keeping vigil, and there's another group which actually takes the lives by firing squad. This is just sad, and just sad. And I just hope that Indonesia learns its lesson, and other countries, the entire international community, takes solid steps. That's what I hope for.